If you are not the type of person that want to be in a relationship, if you do not like women, if you do not like men, if you actually want to divest yourself from that type of sex, I don't speak to gay people. I only speak to heterosexual people that are looking to get married. I'm going to go down and break down my thoughts of what it takes in order to be successfully married for at least 2 decades. Again, I'm approaching 19 years this year. In less than 3, 4 months, I'll be married for 19 years or something like that. And I very much intend to be married for the rest of my life. I'm not getting a divorce. I don't plan on getting married again. I never had a mindset to have to do it twice or to have a backup plan. And that brings me into my first point, right? If you want to be successfully married, it's the same way in which you approach anything in life. You got to go all in. I mean, seriously. Like, you cannot be sitting here looking at marriage or relationships as a backup plan. You cannot be operating in a silo with a just in case mentality. If you decide that you want to have children, and again, if you decide that you don't want to be married after you quickly got married because you don't have children and you don't have anything to lose, and you just want to annul it or anything like that, cool. No harm, no foul. Go ahead and wash your hands clean and keep it moving. But if you decide that you want to be successfully married and you going into this thing, you cannot go into it half-hearted. You cannot go into it with a backup plan. And shout out to my dog Bruiser. Bruiser said, y'all ain't know Anton is my big bro. Y'all see us go at it from time to time, but that's because brothers make each other better. I love you, bro. I love you too, Bruiser. I think Bruiser is one of the most inspirational people on the internet. A lot of people see me and Bruiser go back and forth on OP for Let's Talk. And that's just because it's a debate show. But behind the scenes, me and Bruiser is cool. Like me, I think Bruiser is one of the most phenomenal people, and he actually has an awesome wife who I've met in person, and he's met my wife in person, and so we know how each other get down. We know that we do. So we always gonna do and give y'all the entertainment and the passion when it comes to debates. But Bruiser is absolutely an awesome dude. Thank you, Bruiser, for holding me down, big dog. But you cannot go into this thing halfway. Everybody is going into these marriages or these situations with a backup plan, and it is going to be the death of your marriage because you are not all in, and somebody is in halfway, and some people not in halfway. And I even hate the term 50-50. I think that the term 50-50 is probably the most tragic term that you can apply to when somebody is going into a marriage. You have to be 100-100. You have to give your all. And the thing about it is, it's not even that difficult to give your all. You was giving your all when you was putting, actually, you was giving 150%. You wasn't even giving 100%. You was giving 150% when y'all was in the dating phase. I'm going to read the super chats in a minute. Thank you for holding me down, King Jimmy. I appreciate you. I'm going to read that very, very quickly. You gave 150% in the dating phase, and you can't give 100% in the marriage phase. That's crazy to me. That's insane to me. And I don't understand why even people even go into the dating phase, because you know it's just going to be the presentation layer, and it's not actually going to yield anything that's worth having a conversation about, because that ain't the real you. You don't look like yourself when you decided to go on that date. You glammed up. You don't act like yourself. You literally just code switched. You don't act like you was when you was in front of your mama, your friends, your co-workers or nothing. You put everything to the side and you put your best foot forward, and you can't even maintain that. Which brings me to point number 2. You are going into this thing with the speed of an Olympic sprinter, and you cannot maintain the pace that you're trying to keep in order to stay married. You went into it giving in your all, telling them all what you do for a living, and you over glamorize what you did for a living. You gave yourself this special title. You made yourself seem like you was making more money than you really was. The girl made it seem like she was more chastised than she really was, and she was not for the streets and all of this other type of stuff. If you're going to go into this thing, you're going to have to go into this thing absolutely, positively transparent. As a matter of fact, I would say that you probably need to downplay yourself a little bit more, so that you can filter through the people that's actually there for the right reasons. You don't want to start off a marriage with the speed of an Olympic sprinter, because it is a marathon, not a race. I always rely back to the Bible. The race is given not to the swift, but to he who endureth to the end. It is a marathon. As a matter of fact, and I say this on a regular basis, me and my wife, We started off with rings total together cost $350. Hers was $300. Mine's was $50. Can you do me a favor, honey? I think our the wedding rings. Do you know where they at? I think they may be in the office. If you can look in there. In the office where? One of them might be in like the little watch thing, and then just kind of mill around in there in that top part to see if it's in there. For me, please. If I can find them, I'm gonna show y'all all of the wedding rings that we've acquired throughout the years. I still have the same wedding ring. Um, I don't even wear wedding rings because it's not really a thing for me. I'm not really into jewelry. Just mine is in there. I got yours somewhere, and I don't know where it's at. It might be in like a nightstand or something like that. I'm not sure. Do you want yours? Yeah, you can bring me mine. Let me read a couple super chats because I'm about to break this down for y'all, and I'm gonna help y'all to really to understand how it is that we're moving. Thank you. Stockton says from $5, I just pay $50 for a mouth. It's cheaper. Yeah, but that's corny, and eventually it's gonna get old. It gets old. It's stale. Um, that's that manosphere incel talking point thing. It's way better. It's much more fulfilling when you actually got somebody that you could share everything with. Shout out to King Jimmy, NBA, PMP. Says, love the channel. Just got home from an army deployment overseas. Lots of my peers got divorced over there. 10-year military officer, six-figure offers in the civilian sector. Please spit the knowledge so I can find my queen. I'm gonna give you the game. I'm gonna give y'all the game on how it is. I don't know if I should break down how it is that you can find the right person, how you should vet the right person effectively, but I'm definitely gonna break down what it takes in order to be married successfully. Thank you for the 50 ball, King Jimmy. I really do appreciate you. Dalen said the sweater is dope. Thank you, my friend. Let me break this down for y'all. So, y'all going into these relationships, half throttle. You started off the dating phase, and I'm gonna read the super chats throughout the show. You started off the dating phase going 150%, and now you only going into it halfway with a backup plan just in case anything don't work. It's not gonna work. The second thing is you went into it with a presentation layer and the speed of an Olympic sprinter, and you can't maintain that pace. You cannot maintain the pace that you started to run at, and it is going to be the end of you because you truly do not understand that it is a marathon, it is not a sprint. One of the biggest mistakes that I see guys make is that they jump into it with false expectations. You wine her, you dine her, you take her out, you make her feel special, you tell her how awesome she is, you tell her you love her every single day, you rub her feet, you max out your credit cards in order to make her feel special and all of this other type of stuff. You go and then you put out 10, 12, 14, 20, 25, $30,000 for a wedding. You do the destination, and then you get home, and then you slowly but surely peter out. The flame ain't burning no more. She don't work out. You only work 40 hours. You trying to sleep in every single day. Y'all don't go out. Every single time you come home, the first thing you do is shut the door and play video games. You don't take a shower before you get into bed. You don't smell like nothing. You don't put nothing extra on. If you went right into the dating phase, you would be right back into the gym. You would be eating right. You would be presenting yourself right. Your beard would be straight every single day. Your head would be shaved. I do not miss every once in a while, depending on if I was just traveling the day before or something like that. The thing that's interesting about me is that I am very consistent with how it is that I operate within my household. Every day my head is shaved. Every day my beard get done. Take a shower every day before I go to bed. Pajamas crisp. We don't look like ragamuffins. We all wear Versace robes casually around the house. Me, my wife, and my daughter, right? I believe that you give the person that you lay next to the best of you and the world gets the rest of you. So if you dressing up for the world every single day and you going out there and you giving them your best and then you giving the person that you lay next to your rest every day, why is it that they should feel compelled in order to just be excited that you get into the house every day. And then the guy will say, well, you don't want a good man because I'm home every day and you being excited by the guy that's at work. Well, she can't stop herself from looking, and this guy is just presentable every day and he's shooting his shot and all of this other type of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's an excuse for you to cheat, but I'm asking you to be realistic and understanding that you are not the person that you presented yourself to be. And that's one of the reasons why y'all ain't got no kind of thing going. I don't care if you do date night every once in a while. That's just a formality, and that's going to get old and tired too. It's the small little things. It's the nuances. It's the things that you pay attention to. When you were in the dating phase, you paid attention to that stuff. You came to the place with your hair cut. You made sure your wallet was full. You didn't forget anything. You was taking care of business on a regular basis, and you did not find yourself looking like a dusty, acting like a dusty. Your breath smelled good. Now your breath stank every single time you go to bed. You don't use your tongue scraper, and when you do brush your teeth, you skip steps. No, tongue scraper, brush the teeth, water pick for the flossing, and then you do the mouthwash. Let me give you the steps again. Tongue scraper, brush your teeth, preferably an electric toothbrush, water pick for the water flosser, and then you make sure that you do the mouthwash so you can be smelling good. Take a shower before you go to bed. You want her to suck your little thing, right? You already giving her 3 inches of love, and now you want to suck it dirty. You just came in from doing construction all day, and now you wanted to, okay, yeah, you get a little moment in here or there. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, now she got to take it in, and she just got to eat that, and she's supposed, come on, man. We gotta be we have to start being honest and realistic and stop just regurgitating all of these stupid talking points that we regularly hear on these talking panels on a regular. Listen, the talking points is accurate most of the time, but the context matters. And if nobody is actually giving you some game and some insight on how it is that you can be successful, I know what it takes to be successfully married. I know because I date my wife. I didn't start dating until after I got married.